quick update. Just thought I'd show you. I've got it stripped down in here. I've already fitted the resistor, which you can see just hidden under there. That plug, that's fitted into place nicely. New pollen filter's gone in, which is there. And I'm just about to fit the fan. But I wanted to show you before I fit them, just a few of my findings. By the way, do the basics of checking fuses and stuff like that and switches. But these are renowned for resistors and fan packs going. Generally, due to the pollen filter's been a little bit awkward, not bad, but you've got to remove the glove box and they get missed. So we'll have a look. I'll just show you. Here's the resistor, which come out, which you can see. It was written somewhere within it or on it. There, Denso. I don't know if that'll zoom in. Denso. And believe it or not, the one that was in here, this is just what they call auto gamma cooling. But like I've said, it's what you call the brown box. It's like a brown box scheme. Ignore the fact of brown box because that's classed as a brown box scheme as well. Is what it is big. These, of course, are one of these D's, E's, are more or less old hat now, even though it's a 14. And when the new range of vehicles come out, the new Corsa, most dealerships only have spaces for parts for like the newer stuff. So a lot of the stuff for these just get kind of sold off in bulk to huge organisations, which obviously are not allowed, which I'll get to in a second, are not allowed to sell them as a genuine Vauxhall or whoever part. But as we all know, Vauxhall don't make anything. Volkswagen, whoever, BMW, they don't make it. It's always companies like these, Denso, Bosch, MAN, blah, 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 they make them. So I should have shown you, but I wanted to get this fitted into place because it's a bit awkward. You've got to take a little, this is the thing as well, what it's always worth having in your toolbox. These little buggers, when you're working on interiors of vehicles, these little things can cause you an absolute headache. Don't know if that zooms in. A 5.5mm. Get yourself a 5.5mm socket. Don't know if that's even zooming in or not, but there you go. It's really annoying the fact this isn't one, I think it's with the sun. 5.5mm. Get yourself one of them, trust us, especially on Vauxhalls, even dating back to that, 1998 and stuff. Everything in little door cards underneath here, get a 5.5mm because you will be stuck without it. So as you can see with this, you can see corrosion setting in. And really there's not a full way of being able to test them. But when you're fitting a brand new, good quality heater motor, it's worth for what these cost, believe me, to change it. And it saves you having to rip everything out of there again. Same as, like I show you here, the pollen filter. Original GM one, pretty black, which won't have been helping. It's a man, so just to show you. Again, you already know this, I've shown you 100 times before. If you look there, GM, and then along from GM, that's what that says. Man filter, and obviously, as you know, you've just seen the box. It's the man filter that's gone in. So again, genuine dealer part, the same as for probably half the price, maybe even better price than that. But that's this Denso, as you've seen, that's been changed in the brown box scheme, which this is also known as the same, but even though it's fully listed as Denso, and this is even better and easier for you guys to see. So here's the original one out of the car. As you can see, clear as day, Denso. Don't know if I even have in light, I'll have to shine some light. You see those numbers there? The Vauxhall number 1643, blah blah blah, and the 1501. Move across to, like I said, brown box scheme, Denso. But even better than that, they've took that little symbol off for some reason. It'll be copyright reasons, and they've ground off the little numbers above Denso. B whatever it is, B3 something. So that must mean that. But there's the numbers there on the original 501. 630 100, and there you go. 501 630 100 164 3301 blah blah. Same numbers, even got the same GM numbers. This is exactly the same unit. If you went into Vauxhall and you asked for it, probably £200 or something crazy like that, that's what you would get. But like I've mentioned, I've just done a thing on me. Remember, please keep checking my Facebook page, Cardiff Garage North East. I put usually once a day, maybe every couple of days, just a bit of light, mechanical entertainment or information, whatever you want to class it as. I've just put it on there. I'm not joking you. Our suppliers, half the guys on the phones and that, they don't really understand. Like, we work hands-on with the cars. And when I rang up last week to order this part, and they says, oh yeah, we've got such and such, some crappy brand, like unbranded thing, I don't know, whatever it's called, right? And I says, how much is the top quality one? Oh, he went, £5 difference. He says, oh, I want the top quality one then. I want the Denso. He said it'll be Denso. I says, there you go, £5 difference between some cheap shit unbranded thing to an actual genuine Vauxhall part. And this is all the time what I show you, like with filters and parts and TRW stuff and all the rest of it. But just goes to show, obviously I'm not going to say prices and stuff, but £5 difference between that, and I can guarantee this part that we paid £5 more for genuine dealer part will have saved the customer hundreds of going to the dealer to get this exact part. So like I've said, a lot of the people on the phone sometimes go, them are Ibitsons that they have to have all the better stuff, but they don't understand. They're just sitting on the end of a phone. They don't know. Half the time they're booking you out this thing and they'll not even know it's got the dealer stamps on. And they're like, oh wait, do you not just want this one? What's the problem with using this brand? I'm like, unless the brand is the same as what I'm pulling out of the car, and I've had reps coming here and everything, and that coming. There's this stuff called Napa, NPNA, Napa it's classed as, and they've said to me, they goes, oh, this is original equipment, it's all over America and stuff, and I'm like, right. I says, but until I get a brand new car in, well, brand new, a 3-year-old or 1-year-old car in for service or whatever, and I see a Napa filter coming in the box from, say, BMW or Vauxhall, whoever, then I'll use a Napa part, and then I'll tell me customers, you are getting the same part as what you'll get from the dealers. Until that day comes, in my opinion, it's not original equipment. Like, as you've just seen, I will tell this guy, you are getting a genuine Denso Vauxhall, more or less exactly the same was what you'll get from the dealer fitted to your car. Until that day comes, I think I'll just show you here. I knew I had this still sitting in the oil drainer from yesterday. Napa, we're just talking about them, we'll swing it round. So there you go, there's the oil filter on that little Fiat 500 yesterday, Napa. Now there's no branding at all on there. Until I see a filter like that, I mean, look at the rust on that. That had only, I'm not saying a man filter's made of magical stuff that it won't ever rust, course it will. But when you get a look at them, and I compared it next to the man filter, it wasn't a patch on the quality or anything. So, you know, and normally Fiat, when you get a filter off them, it's like Perflux and stuff like that. Until I see them, or whatever brand they want, you get thousands of brands and companies, and they're going, oh, that original Fram filters. Fram filters have been around for years, and I've got no issue with them. Wicks, we used to use them, but nowadays cars are that critical. Like me dad, like when they used to order stuff, it was from little car parts shops, and you just got what you got given. Otherwise, you'd spend your whole day driving about picking up parts. But nowadays, as you know, cars with oil, engines are so critical to oil and filters. It's not worth the few quid getting something cheap because a rep tells you that they're original and you blow somebody's engine up, you know. And as we know, engines nowadays are made of chocolate, they're crap. So really, for us, it's not worth fitting cheap rubbish to them. So yeah, I just want to go through that. I'm going to get that heater fan put back in and we'll give it a test and see what it's like. I just want to quickly show you this BM. This was the engine here. So yeah, it's a 3-cylinder diesel. Not ever been keen of the 3-cylinder diesels. There's not many around, actually. The main one, which everybody will remember, is the 1400 PD. You know, you get your legendary 1900 PD where they lock the cylinder off that, and that was your 1400 PD. Never liked them. Petrols are bad enough, but a 3-cylinder diesel, as you've seen the exhaust rattling about like hell on a pretty much new car, not my cup of tea. So yeah, it's a 1500, again, BMW with the 116. Why not call it a 115? Let's not go there. But yeah, but as in servicing wise, nice and easy. You've got your oil filter there, filler, air filter's just in here, and obviously with it being a 3-cylinder, there's enough space to sleep down there. You seen that? I mean, you've got to bear in mind the front of the car's here, and the engine doesn't actually start till there. You've practically got 3 foot of just dead space. Obviously there's a radiator in here, but yeah, working wise, yeah, you know, loads of space. They've still got it rammed under there, but still, yeah, but it's got huge injectors. Obviously, with it being a 3-cylinder, they're quite big cylinders to make up a 1.5. So big beefy injectors under there. I bet they'll be, and just to show you, you already know, but Bosch injectors, Bosch. Just so you know, like when we remember going to BMW for a special part, it's like, it's just from Bosch, just the same thing. But there you go, loads of room on them, but Again, if I had to have a car this size, I'd have a Civic or something like that, just not for me. And I'll show you the tyres. I'll get this fan fitted, and when it's back up on the lift to be finished off the check, I'll show you the state of these tyres. They're not horrendous, they're not like down to the codes, but rear wheel drive BMW, not good. And I'll get into something else with the tyres when we get it up there. Struggle to even get up there into the garage. So I'll get this fan fitted and we'll see if it's running, hopefully. I've checked everything else on it, so it should be, fingers crossed. Right guys, just an update. There's another car coming in. I may show you a Citroen Picasso, Grand Picasso, actually a mint spec car, but we'll get into that when it comes later. I'll show you what's getting done with it and a bit of a shock of a price for something. Anyways, I just want to show you the BMW, like I've said. Again, that's just what I was talking about when we were in the car. So this is, no screen wash, nail in the tyre, down to the wear indicators, that's flush from my finger, rear wheel drive, remember. Same at this side. Tyre down to there, rear wheel drive, losing control on corners. The front one is an advisory, but still not great. And this one at this side is also not great. So you see all these warning lights and everything, and people just aren't, they're just jumping into these cars and just treating them like, well, they are machines, but you've still got to care for a machine, you know what I mean? It's you are sharing the roads with other people. So yeah, this needs a whole load of stuff done to it. As I'll tell you now, that's what I was going to get to. The run flat tyres are super expensive. Unfortunately, this car's got to go back. It's like one of these lease purchase things, which is why I would never buy from a dealership a car that's like 3-year-old, 4-year-old, which has been out on a lease thing, because people just do not give a damn. They get absolutely hammered, and then the dealers get them in, polish them up like a polished turd, and then they sell you it, and you get something like this that's just, he's had it serviced, and that, don't get us wrong, he's done a lot more than most people do, and that's how it's here with us. But the thing is, it's like, you're not getting a car that's been looked after, so to speak. It's they're paying their monthly fee, and they are just using the death out of it. And then when it's all cleaned up and great, it'll look $1 million, and people pay big money to have these. So yeah, that's that. Onto the Corsa. I just want to remind me, Dad saying that one with the nail in, I bet you it'll be the lower one. I say with the tyre pressure warning light on. Obviously this has got a nail here, but there are run flats. But what people forget, there are run flats, but you still need to pump them up, because you will knock them up. If this was my car, it would be getting 4 premium standard tyres on it, because they drive so much better. But unfortunately, since it's got to go back to the dealers, he'll probably have to put the run flats on. Like 25 PSI, you see. That tyre will be knackered inside. Anyways, onto Corsa. That's it, all done, finished. All back together. Glove box in. Moment of truth. Will it work? Let's jump in. I'll switch the ignition on from this side. I'll put it onto the blown in your face kind of thing. So there we go. Let's have a listen. Obviously we've got hissing going on over there. I'll just shut the door. Right. Number 1. There we go. Number 2. Number 3. Number 4. Great. Got heating again. New pollen filter. Just turn this round. Nice new pollen filter. New resistor. New heater motor. Can pretty much forget about that until next year when we change the pollen filter. So that's that for now, guys. I've got another car coming in. I'm going to nip home and get my Altea, because I nearly knocked myself out. I don't know if I've still got the mark on there, because the damn boot, I've got no luck with boot struts. The one on my C-Class knocked to a scanner, which is now fixed. I've told you about that. And the one on my Altea, when I've been in the boot getting rid of all the rubbish from up the loft, 2 or 3 times it's come right down and smacked us in the head, and I've had enough. 20 quid. 2 new gas struts to go on that. The screen wash jet pipe has split, but it's this corrugated stuff I was showing you. I've bought 2 repairs, but they haven't come yet. I'm hoping they're there today. If they're not, I'm going to leave it in the garage tonight, Thursday night, and into tomorrow, Friday. So if we get any more ice and snow, I can get them fitted with, I've got like the heat gun and stuff here at the garage to fit these, the connector. Drop links, probably not get involved with that. It's too bloody cold, and all the ice dripping on you. Can't be bothered. Feel a little bits I want to do. I've upgraded all the bulbs this week at home, which I'll show you. All the back lights, the front lights. I've got a few other bits I'm going to do to it. But yeah, I'll catch you later when I've got this other car in my car here. Catch you soon, guys. Right, guys, update on Thursday. Obviously, you've seen the Corsa's done. the Nissan Note for MOT. This is what I've been here on sorting with the BMW. I'll show you what else is in. Now, I'm choosing to show you a bit more. Now, what I want to check is that are people enjoying the longer weekly vlogs? Like I say, if I can condense it into an hour, it's one upload. If it's over an hour, I'll normally do 2 lots of like 40 minutes or something, 140 odd minutes, 130 odd minutes as part 1 and part 2. I can't manage to do that in one go for some reason. I don't know. My phone won't do it. But are everybody enjoying these weekly vlogs? The stuff that I do on my own cars, as you see, collection capers, project work, that's fine to film because it's on my own car, in my own time. But this does take up a lot of my time, this, I will admit. Like, I can now be cracking on with this, but I'm having to do this. Please leave a comment below if you like this. If you don't, please say you don't. I want to get a percentage of, is it worth doing these weekly vlogs? Do you enjoy, do you genuinely sit and watch my hour-long videos that I put on, whether that be a 1 part or like an hour and 20 minutes of a 2 part of a weekly vlog, showing you what's in, what gets done, what to look for, what comes into the garage, just exactly what it says on the tin, a daily vlog, weekly vlog of a garage life. Please guys, let us know, do you enjoy it? Because if you don't, I'll just do it less. I'll do 1 or 2 days a week and make it a 20-minute vlog. But I kind of cut them down much more. Like I was thinking about cutting them down to half an hour. But when I look through every week when I'm editing it all together, to properly film roughly what I kind of do, to cut it down any more will just be like, this car's in, this car's finished. This car's in, I don't like them, this car's finished. Got this car in, I'm just going to reset that, that's done. Like, it'll be more like that. Like, I can't go any more into depth. So please, I want some feedback. Do you enjoy the weekly vlogs? Number 1. Do you actually watch them all the way through? Let us know so I know what I can do better on the channel. Because to be quite honest, before anybody says they want to see a bit more in-depth of what I do, sorry guys, can't do that. When I've got 90,000 subscribers and YouTube pays me wages, I will. But for now, as you know, number 1 is keeping the garage running. Number 2 is YouTube. Simple as that. So, no, I can't show you more in depth of doing the work like other channels do because they've got crazy amounts of subscribers and they get paid a decent amount. I do not. So, that's one. I don't want that suggestion of do more in-depth work done. Can't do that. Especially in the winter when it's dark at 3 o'clock and it's freezing cold. When the work's done, I want to go home. Simple as that. Not faffing about in here in the freezing cold. In the summer, maybe, yeah, I do a few bits of extra work. So there we go. I just want to go through what's in. First up, what I've done, even not what's in. Now, bar 1 light, we're completely error-free on this. This has got the, by the way, I was telling you, the 3-cylinder engine, diesel, 1500, 115 brake, and it's the Euro 6, so it's got the AdBlue. So, not good times with AdBlue. Anyways, we'll jump in, and now you'll see. Engine off. I'll just switch things off. It's only one warning light, which hopefully we'll get the bottom of, is that it is filled up full with neat screen wash concentrated, but I do believe, due to the very cold temperatures, that the float in the tank is still frozen up. So it's going to be left in the garage overnight. We'll see how that goes. But bar that, if not, that's a separate issue. He's going to have to get, we'll sort, but it'll be done on a different day, that. So I'll just get this. It's actually, the temperature has rose from -1 to nearly 3 degrees. Now it's in service, 13,000 mile. I've had the scanner on, reset all of that, started up, tyre pressure warning lights off. The only other one that, obviously I said it needs to be driven just to reset them. The only other thing he needs to do, which I haven't got a battery I've checked, is to change the battery in there. But there, that bar the washer fluid, that's all of the lights off. So that's all the good times. Now, I'll just switch this off. I shall just quickly go around and show you what else is in. That's this one, pretty much ready to go. It's staying in overnight the night. We'll see what that screen wash thing does. But again, like I explained to people, it's not a 2-minute job doing screen wash jobs. You've seen on that C-Max last week. Speaking of screen wash jobs, got my own car in. I've left the keys in the office, so I can't show you. In fact, I'm going to have to go and get the keys because I need to show you. Anyways, we'll come to that in a second. They got this in. I've kind of taught my dad really out of doing this. They're absolutely shit getting involved with these. The windows drop down at the door, window regulator, £550 from Citroen plus VAT, so you're talking £600 to us, and they're not available until sometime next year. So the only option is to board the door up. So obviously you can't go on like this with the window half down over Christmas. It's dropped all the way down to the door. So we're going to have to pull all this off and get some wood and prop it up so it's in place, and then he can decide if he wants to spend that sum of money. I know if it was mine, the wood would remain in the door and I would simply do without. But I just want to go through with you how difficult customers can be. He's a good guy, this guy with this car. I'm not going to pull him to bits in any way, shape or form. But he's come in panic that the window's down. Right, no problem, we're fully booked. Sorry, we can't fit you in. We generally are. Then my dad says, oh, well, we'll try. Oh, but I need the car. Every day up until Christmas. I'm like, well, leave it then. You just have to have the window wide open all through Christmas. Oh, well, I need the car. I need it to pick the grandkids up from school. Not our problem. If you want your car fixed, it's going to have to stop here. Oh, no, but I need it. I can drop it off at 11. I need it back for 3. So can't deal with that. We're fitting you in. We're fully booked. We're fitting you in between everything else. So therefore, it'll get done when it's done. I.e. now, most of the work's done. That note's going for MOT. Borrowing a few things on my car, which is not a priority. We'll get on with it. Oh, no, I need it this afternoon. But he's panicking because he needs it done. It's like, oh, I've got to pick the grandkids up from school 3 o'clock. Can you not get the bus? Can you get a taxi? Can you ask somebody? Oh, no, I'm really busy. So I said, well, not our problem. Crack on. Oh, well, can you not fit it? Can I drop it off at 3 o'clock? Definitely not, no, because at the minute, it's lovely sunshine. I see what we're doing. No problem. I'm not farting on with that at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. When it's dark, when it starts, the minute that sun goes away, it turns bloody cold. And he's like, oh, but I've got to do this. I'm thinking, you'll be sat in the house with your feet up. Well, we're faffing about with this after 5 o'clock at night, in the dark, struggling on. So no, it either gets left with now at 1 o'clock and we'll get on with it. That's what I'm going to start doing now, taking the door card off to see what on earth's in there and what we can do to prop the window up so the car is usable, which it is not like that, as you can clearly see. But yeah, just customers are so hard work. Panic. Need it done. Okay, we can do it. Oh, I need the car. Need it for Christmas. Need it for this. And it's like, well, drop the car off over for a day. We'll get it sorted for you. Not fixed, because you can't get the parts. Oh, I can get a part off eBay for £20. Crack on then. Bearing in mind, you need the proper Citroen part number. Is it, oh no, I just put in Citroen Picasso. There's hundreds of different ones. Believe me, there is hundreds. Whether or not they've got thicker glass on the exclusive models like these have, tinted glass, honestly, that does matter. They can be heavier. Whether or not they've got the comfort feature, whether or not they've got the feature which goes up and down with the remote, at all different part numbers. This is the exclusive model, which has every optional extra on, which it's bound to have some kind of different. Hence, it's like 500 quid. It must be some kind of a different model. I'm like, he's like, oh, but the £20 on eBay. I'm like, I said, have you searched genuinely the part number off the window regulator? No. Right then, I said, it'll be wrong. 100% it'll be wrong. Oh, is it really? I said, yes. I said, I've been in this job all my life pretty much, and I'm telling you, you cannot just type into eBay, Citroen Picasso window regulator. I said, there'll be all sorts of different ones. There's the normal Picasso, the Grand Picasso, you name it, we ain't getting involved. Either way, he's suggesting that we fit it. No chance. The only way I will fit it, because it is expensive, I will let him get a second-hand part, is we'll get the numbers off it, search them numbers on eBay, and if an exact match comes up, yes, order it, fine, we'll do it. But people just haven't got a clue, guys. It does my head in. So anyways, that is that. I'm going to crack on with that after having me half-eaten dinner on there, which is probably going to be freezing. I'll just grab the keys to my car and show you what we're going to be doing. Since grabbing the keys to my car, I think I've got them in my pocket after all that. Let's have a look. Got that many keys. Got BMW keys here, Citroen keys here. Amount of times I'm having a look in my pockets. What's this one? There we go. Right. My car. What I'm going to try and do. Side light bulbs in the front. I can't put LEDs in because it sets the error up and it really does my head in. But what I have noticed is they're going a little bit sort of black. And they're getting really dull, like little glowworms. Got to stick 2 new Osram 501s in. It's already got the night breakers and the dip beam, but it's already got the night breakers, as you can see, for the main beam. But what I have been doing is a little bit of work on the back end. Now, the indicators on all VAG cars are It absolutely shit, the indicators on these. And you've got your stop and tail in this one, and a tail light in that one, your fog, your reverse, sorry. So I'll just quickly show you. I can't show you what I've done, but I've put all new bulbs in, so I'm safe for the winter. So obviously a new one in there, and a new one in there. You can see they are actually on. Might not seem like it. So now I've got a new stoplight bulb and tail lamp. These are a 501 new tail lamp. They were all black and knackered. The reverse light bulb was all black and knackered as well. Same with these two. So now I know, unless something really goes wrong with a new bulb, I'm not going to be having any stop lights out or any of me 4 side lights out. Really important to be seen in the winter. Obviously, you don't need to see the reverse and the fog. Pretty self-explanatory. But what I have done is fitted these bad boys into the indicators. I don't know what it looks like in daylight, but trust me, they are bright. They really do. Unfortunately, there's still not a big area for it to flash out of, but that is super, super bright. You've seen these before. I've put these bulbs in the other cars. And believe it or not, they don't give much of an error for the system, basically. The only thing that happens is, when you do the side lights, you get a permanent warning. But with these, all it does is, and I know you'll say, oh Dan, that would annoy me, but it won't annoy me. Put the ignition on, and it will come up as a bulb warning failure. And it'll say on the little screen, let's shut the door. It'll say on the little screen there, check rear, turn signal right, and it'll say check left. If that was going to stay on all the time, do me head in. If you try to indicate left or right, it goes berserk like this, look. That's annoying. I thought, oh, nah, the bulbs are coming out, not putting up with that, and the light's stopping on. But I found a way of tricking the system. So you put the ignition back on, as you see. I did that needle sweep, by the way, on my Vagcom, just in case you're wondering. Probably won't do it now because the ignition hasn't been off for long enough. When you first come to it, it'll make me out to be a liar, this will, I bet. Let's have a look. Ah, there we go. I did that on Vagcom, and I also, so like I say there, it's saying check rear turn signal. So yes, okay. And I also activated that as well, my digital speedo. Anybody with an Altair, you'll know, awful, hard to read speedo when you're sat back at this level. It's really difficult to see the 30, but I activated that on Vagcom, so I've got a nice digital speedo now. Anyways, that is annoying me, that light. I'm not going to start it up because I don't need to, but that will stay on. All you need to do is 2 flashes of the hazards. Ready? 1, 2, off. Light gone. Finished. And I know you'll say, oh, every time you start up, you've got to do that. I'm not bothered. You've got to, you know, I normally leave it in gear and stuff. By the time you take it out of gear, just give it 2 flashes, job done. I'd rather do that and have clear indicators at the back, which is a nightmare. On they were, I wish I could have showed you a comparison. They were so bad on the back. Very, very unclear. So yeah, I'd rather have the really bright bulbs in the back for the indicators and be seen, rather than not. But what I have got, if it ever comes an issue, they're in the bag there. There's 2 501s in there to go in the front, brand new ones. And there's 2 brand new Osram orange ones to go in if I decide they are an issue. So yeah, that's that. And the other thing is here, 2 new gas struts, £20. Absolute fortune from Volkswagen, Seat, TPS, whatever you want to call them. Because I am sick to death of having my head nearly taken off. As you know, with the Mercedes, it smashed the scanner. And with this one, it's working a bit better now in the when it's warming up. But as you can see, it doesn't go all the way up. It's still got a long way to go. Right up to there. So I'm constantly, and what you find when it's really cold, it actually drops. So you're standing and the thing drops on your head. So yeah, going to change them out for 2 nice new ones. And you can see they've been leaking. I don't know if that's zoom. Why is that not focusing? It's got a bit of corrosion on it and stuff. So we'll change them. So yeah, new backlights all sorted. The front ones I'm going to do later. And the other thing is this. But I haven't got the part because of this postal strike carry on. It's doing my head in. Luckily, the lad's been nice enough. Excuse the camera being out the way. The lad's been nice enough to send me a replacement, so I might end off with 4 instead of 2. Is the screen wash pipe here. You can see it's leaking, what I was telling you about that Halfad screen wash, what I call alien blood. Where that little bit of red is, I've marked it's cracked, so I'm going to cut the pipe and put the joiner in, so that I've got full pressure on my screen wash, because what I'm finding is it's leaking that hard out of there. I'm not even getting 20% of the pressure out of the jet, so it's barely just spraying to here. And I'm not going to waste it, because I just filled it up with new Alien Blood -20 pure neat concentrate screen wash from Halford, so I'm not wasting that. But what it is doing is totally wasting it, because every time you spray it, it's just gushing out down there. But I haven't got that part yet, but I'm hoping that does come, so I can use the hot water and everything here, what's a lot easier to use, just to warm the pipes up to aid fitting it, than faffing on my driveway in the dark. New seal, and my homemade one. Plus, I've actually physically fixed the exhaust leak as well. That'll just add as a bit of extra protection to stop any water, which it used to, as you've seen on my other videos, dropping down onto the engine. And that's totally fixed now. So now I'm over the moon. I can actually sit in traffic or have the car idling on the driveway with the heaters on without being choked out with gas. What it was one of the pipes of the EGR cooler, which had, I don't know if I showed that on a video or not. The EGR cooler years ago had burst, and it was putting exhaust gases into the coolant, making you think the head gasket's gone. It's a massive job to change the EGR cooler. It's right behind the turbo and the DPF. So the simple thing is to do is just loop them off. You know, like when you get a heater matrix fault, loop them off. Obviously with an EGR cooler it doesn't do anything, but this car's actually had the EGR deleted out, so it doesn't work. So now it's been circulated. There was two, an input and output. The input one had been blanked off, but the output one for some reason hadn't, or whatever had been put on it had fallen off. So I've just re-blanked it off, stopped all the exhaust gases coming out. EGR's deleted, mapped out anyway, so happy days. Really over the moon with that, because that's one thing I used to hate with this car. Every time you come to traffic, it was absolutely gassing you out. Or if you left it running on the drive, and you come to get in, it was stinking in the car. You had to open all the doors before getting in. So yeah, and obviously this is the pipe what I'm talking about, waiting for the little joiner to come for those. So I'm going to get on with this Citroen. When I get 2 minutes, I'm going to get on with mine, and I'm going to get me dinner now and have a drink, and I'll catch you guys soon. Right guys, final part of Thursday's vlog. It's getting cold now, ready to go home. Plus it's Holly's works night out. Like, she obviously runs a shop with her dad. They're going out for a meal tonight, her mum and dad and sister. So I've got to get back to see to Olivia for her. Just want to quickly go through what I've done with what me and my dad have done with the Citroen. Like I've said, this is just purely a bodge job to get the car safe to use in the winter. So I'll go through. Just want to show you these first of all. Absolute godsend. They're like body trim removal pliers. As you can see, you wedge them under and you do that, so it keeps the weight on the body of the car at the same, or the door, whatever trim you're using, and pulls them out, and that way it saves them from breaking. But with these Citroens, you will always get things that break, which is why, dating back to having a brand new car like my L200, the door handle on my L200 was like this stuff, like fake chrome, and they went, yes sir, we'll put your new handle on, no problem. I said, does the door card need to come off? We'll ask a technician. Yes it does. I said, I don't want it done. They said, why? I said, because no matter how careful you are, clips and stuff on these trims will break. And I said to them, I goes, to be quite honest, I says, if you're going to take the panel off, I want a whole new panel. And they looked at this as if I was mental, but I was being serious, because they never ever go back on the same way as you take them off. Simple as that. No matter how well or good tools you've got, they never go back on right. As you can see now, the window is up. We're taping it all back together. We've just simply used some special equipment, special order from Citroen, wood. It's all you got to use just to keep the window up safe. Some wood, obviously cut a V into it, prop it up so it's safe. We've cut the wires because it's knackered anyway, so that if anybody operates a switch, because on modern cars, we're just discussing, if you do this LED lights, like look at this here, I'm just showing you this little wire here, that's an LED light for the mood lighting under the handle. There's this one for, yep, that'll be for that.
That's what you put.
And that's obviously just the wires that were cut off, just so if any of the kids, which originally knocked this window up, letting kids play with windows, never let them do that. That's why all of my cars, I lock the back windows out on the switch so that they can't play with them. So yeah, that is what's been going on basically. So now I'm just gonna give my dad a hand. I'm gonna put this trim on. Now the window is nice and secure, so he can use the car. Why he didn't want to let me do that in the first place, because he needed the car so much. people expect you to fix cars and not even have them. It doesn't make sense. How can you fix a car if they won't let you have the car? It doesn't make sense. So I'll quickly show you on mine, and that's it, because I need to give my dad a hand putting this panel on, because I actually took it off, so he'll not know where things go. Just quickly, boot struts, tick, done. So now, nicely, the boot goes up exactly to where it needs to be, instead of it keep stopping here and me banging my head on it or dropping down. Happy days, job done. Just Chinese aftermarket ones, couldn't really care less. They were 20 quid and they fit perfectly. Put a bit of silicone grease, but they already come pre-greased onto the ball joints, and it's got a nice bit of force now to assure that it's shut. But they're the old ones, as you can see, in a bit of a state. But then again, car's done 170,000 miles. 12-year-old, 13-year-old. How many times has that boot been opened and closed? Thousands, tens of thousands of times. Just around to the front, got the battery on charge on it. Just because it's had a lot. I've just turned this radio off 2 moments. La da 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 da. There we go, radio off. Like the millionaires have already got enough money, they want a few quid off me to play their music. No thank you. So battery's on charge. I've replaced the 2 side lights in the front because they were getting a bit dull with new ones. I would love LED ones in, but you get the fault codes up and it's so annoying every time you start the car up. So just show you, just so you can see what we're talking about. Into the car. Don't really need the ignition on. Side lights on. And there we go. Nice and bright again. I would much like to have the LEDs, and I know you can get resistors, guys, before anybody says, but you try getting resistors into there, it's a nightmare to get to. I tried that with my LED bulbs previously and lost my rag well and truly, and lost one of my very good expensive side light bulbs into this exact front right headlamp. Not doing it anymore. I give up. So they're done. As you can see, they'll just look normal on the back, but the back ones have been, they are actually on. It's just with it being dark. But I am over the moon with the LED indicators. Now you definitely will get seen with those. But yeah, they are so much better than the ones that used to be in. So, I'm going to leave it there, guys. That's pretty much it. I want to get sorted, get away home, hopefully in the daylight, walk the dogs back, let Holly get sorted to have her works night meal out. So I'll catch you tomorrow on Friday. Right, guys, I thought I'd add this bit in because I wasn't a great deal in today. I've been going on for weeks about this battery for the ML, and eventually after I think a month, I'm getting around to fitting it. So, as you can see, winter wonderland here. The car's thick of ice. The battery's all connected back into place. I haven't tried it yet, so if it goes bang, you can all laugh at us. When I find the key, bear with us. So we'll see if she'll start up. It is quite damp here, like, so let's hope it fires straight up. So here we go. Probably go a bit insane. These things like to when they've been stood a while. This actually doesn't prime the tank any, but I'm still going to switch the ignition on and off, back on again, and I'm just going to try and crank it so it deliberately doesn't fire, just to gain a little bit of oil pressure. No, it did it itself. There we go. There's that little slight top end knock, but that's gone off more or less straight away there. You'd think that had just been started yesterday, to be quite honest. But there we go. Good old dog, I tell you. Few people say, why don't you not get rid of it, upgrade it? What's the point? And now petrol prices dropped to 130. I was just saying to my dad there, if it drops a little bit more, about 120, 110 for the spring, I might be able to start using it as a bit of a daily over the spring and the summer. So let's have a look. There's the exhaust there. That's just condensation, obviously. No problems. Oh, it's telling us that the screen wash level is low, but that's obviously probably a little bit of ice. I'm just saying it's not frozen. Probably just with it standing. But yeah, sounds sweet as a nut. I'm not going to rev it or anything like that. Main thing is no battery warning lights on or anything. It's telling us the screen wash is low, but it'll probably just be the sensor in the bottom. Probably just be, because it isn't frozen, but obviously at the bottom of it, it may well be. But yeah, it just sounds lovely. So I'm just going to leave it to run just for 5 or 10 minutes, just to circulate everything, and that's it. In fact, I may as well just quickly show you, and I'll end the video here. This is all we've got in for MOT, Audi Q2. As you know, my thoughts on these things. Oh, there we go, Chris, same as he's. Nice Astra there. Of course, you guys will be having a good look round what's in here. That is nice. But yeah, and obviously over there as well, if you can just see there, Leyland Daft, same age as me. And just as the MLs decide to cut out. So we'll go and see what's going on. And now, the screen wash light's gone off as well. The only thing I did notice was down here, there's a big earth right behind the battery down there, and this water has been going on it. Now what I am going to try and do is get a bit of plastic and put it over here to stop that water going down there. But I think all that happened there, obviously, I am aware that down here though, that the main earth, you can't see it anymore down there, and it's absolutely full of ice. That's all the kind of things you expect. Like I said, that's why I'm giving it just a little bit of time to warm up, and I'm going to set some heat through the dashboard just to try and dry it out just for 5 or 10 minutes. But anyways, I was showing you that Q2 is just simply in for MOT, and we're over here to do the MOT anyway, so that's why I'm getting this battery out the way for this. So there we go. I'll end the video here. As you can see, ML's ticking over nicely. Doesn't cut out anymore. But I am keeping an eye on everything, that nothing's frozen or whatever, that the temperature's going up how it needs to. I might just rock it back and forward a little bit to check. But not even the... in fact, once the salt it's drier outside, I might even take it for a quick blast somewhere. But I hope you enjoyed it this week, guys. Like I keep telling you, please, if you have enjoyed it, hit the like, leave a comment. If you haven't already done so, hit the subscribe, because it all does help the figures. And just to end it, there's 2 other interesting vehicles for you to have a look at. There's obviously 2 over there as well. So I'll catch you next week, guys. Thanks for watching.